Alright, welcome back for another round of M12 drafting. I'm going to start off with a Mutilate here, a little short on time. You can make a case for Sarah Angel, but Mutilate is quite a sick card to start off with. You can certainly build around it. So we're going to lead off with the Mutilate. And we get past the Disciple, and there's no reason not to take that here. There is an Attended Knight in the pack. Boar is also okay. Courser's good. And Mark of the Vampire keeps running up on my pick order. But here we're going to stay black, and we're going to follow up Mutilate with the Disciple Bolus. It's a good sign that we're going to get black. Looks like they took a common, maybe a pacifism or something, but we'll take Disciple. Okay. And we can stay the black route with the Murder. Definitely Murder over Knight of Infamy. There are some good green cards coming, so that's something to keep in mind. You see a Prey Upon. Even like the Archdruid in this format, there are a couple of the things that are actually elves that you don't notice, like the +2/+2 guy. But yeah, easy Murder here. Wouldn't mind Knight, but with Mutilate, we'll take Murder. Oh yeah, there, Eva's Force Mage. He's actually an elf, so something to keep in mind if you're drafting the Elfish Archdruid. Elfish. Anyway, so this pack we have a Mark, a Prey Upon, and a Crippling Blight. Those are the cards that stand out in my mind. I do like Mark, but Crippling Blight might just be better to start off with. Well, I mean, really though, if you're, it depends on your opener, right? Your opening hand. If you get Mutilate in your opening hand, Blight's a dead card because you're really trying to lay swamps till you get enough to mutilate them out. Could make a case for Prey Upon here, another removal spell, but that puts us in green. There's really no reason yet to be in green. These are running around kind of late, so yeah, you know what? I think I'll take the Prey Upon here over the Crippling Blight. Green seems to be flowing. It's probably better just to stay in the same color, but I'm going to take the Prey Upon. I think it's a little better card than Crippling Blight. Alright, so here we see a Recluse. I like that better than Diabolic Revelation, and there's no reason to take a blue card here when we have playable black and playable green, so we'll take the Recluse here. Would I play a Diabolic Revelation? I've seen some of the guys that are streaming do some sick stuff with that, but I don't know. I'll take the Recluse. So we've got to also be thinking about what kind of build we're trying to get to here. So we have a Sweeper and Mutilate. We've got some removal and Prey Upon and Murder. We've got a Disciple. So we're looking more control-ish with this build. So here it looks like it's just Crippling Blight over, say, a Timberpack Wolf. Yeah, we'll take the Crippling Blight here. Probably want to be heavy black, but so here we have Ravenous Rats or Dustdale Worm. I do like rats. They're a good early blocker, and the actual forcing of a discard card is somewhat annoying. However, the idea of just bolusing a Dustdale Worm is pretty fun sounding. Yeah, we're controlling. I think we can get there. Let's take the Worm. Looks like this deck's going to be able to go into the late game with all the removal Prey Upon. Well, Prey Upon actually needs some work to use, but Crippling Blight, Recluse, Murder, and Mutilate. Yeah, I'll take the Worm. It's uncommon. So here we get Beast Tracker to Smooth or Duress. Don't see us playing Lich, although I've flirted with the idea of taking Lich early and then pumping a lot of artifacts in. So what does this say? A Lich enters the battlefield, you put a counter on an artifact you control. So if you lose that artifact, you lose the Lich. I don't know, could I go deep with a Lich deck here? I'd have to find some artifacts. Like Chronometon, the Rings are reasons to do that. Nah, Beast Tracker's pretty good. We'll just take the Beast Tracker. So here I got Dark Favor, Naturalize, or Kite Sail. Oh, see, if I took the Lich, I could have hooked up the Kite Sail. Let's see. Yeah, I think I like Kite Sail here. This isn't the Dark Favor deck, and Naturalize just a sideboard card, but Kite Sail could be main, so we'll take Kite Sail. Okay, here, Blue Ring, probably most worried about Safe Passage. Go in for the win. I mean, with green, I can't be scared of a Fire Elemental, right? So I'm gonna take the Safe Passage. Got that. So we get another Beast Tracker. We have 2 targets already, so I think he's a valid play here. Do like Vile Rebirth to the board against the Dragon and the Phoenix. Sorry, the Phoenix, the red Phoenix guy. That's the only reason you play this card, though, I think. But I'll take the Beast Tracker. It's just straight playable. In the main deck, alright, here we can take Tricks of Trade, possibly splash for it. Here we'll just take Smelt. And a Scroll Teeth. That's pretty late. Don't remember that pack. It might have been stacked. But yeah, so far we got a black, green build going. Kind of control-ish, Mutilate, lots of removal, Murder, Crippling Blight, Prey Upon, maybe. If I see some Centaur Coursers or something. So. Alright, of course we open a sick blue card, but we're going to pass it. We open 2 sick blue cards. We'll be passing both, and we're going to take a Rancor. Which sucks, because I think this card in Pack 1, Pick 1 is better. And this card is pretty sick. I think I just want Rancor here. It kind of sucks, though, Rancor with the Mutilate. You're really, your Rancor pushes you towards building a aggro deck, like an aggressive early low drop, low cast cost, nice curve deck. And Mutilate actually encourages you to sit back, be controlling, let them develop their board, and then you just kind of sweep through. But Rancor is just too good not to pass. And this pack is pretty stacked. I mean, you got the Phoenix, Arms Dealer, Rancor, Tower Invocation, Searing Spear. Might actually will like a Recluse or an Arbor Elf, maybe. Might even see a Mark. We'll see. But we're taking Rancor here, though, for sure. It is sick and hurtful. It hurts your gut deep when you pass these type of cards. So, but we're going to take Rancor. Okay. So we have an Elvish Visionary here. We have a Bloodhunter Bat, which is kind of the angle you want. Mutilate turn 4, a couple Swamps, and you play in the Bloodhunter Bat. Visionary is pretty solid, pretty stable card. So what's our build looking like? The Beast Trackers can get the Worm or the Recluse. Nothing else so far. I think I just like the Bat here. I mean, it is a 4-drop, but the Visionary is good, and he gets insane if you actually were to, get your hands on a Primodox in this type of build. But here, I think we just want the Bat. The flying 2 drain is just pretty nutty. Helps you with races and stuff. I think it's actually better and more valuable than the card with the Visionary, but we will take the Bat. Alright, here is a pack for white players. We are not playing white cards, so we will pass the Pacifism and the Planar Cleansing. Nice to know the ones in the pod, though. Don't really want a Walking Corpse. We'll take a Recluse. He can trade, Primal Clay might be a fair pick here, but I think it's not as good as a Recluse, so. Hey, again, had I taken that Lich, would have had Kite Sail and Primal Clay. Alright, but anyway, we're taking the Recluse here. It's by far the best pick. So here we get a shot at a Cower. We can look to splash, Switcheroo. And that's about it. Cower versus Visionary. So this is another controlling card. And like I said, with Rancor, it lends you to be more aggressive. But I think I'm going to take the Cower over the Visionary. I like my build so far. I mean, it's not really extremely focused yet, but you get a 7-drop, you got a Disciple of Bolus, you're looking to, play and sack and draw cards. But you also have a Mutilate, and you have some and we'll take Cower here over this Visionary. Yeah, I'll take Cower. Alright, so now we're looking at a Gorger versus Duress versus Ranger's Path. Are we a Ranger's Path deck? I don't know that we are. We only have one Dustel Worm. But a Gorger Might just be what the doctor ordered. These blue cards aren't going to fit into our build. The Mindclaw Shaman. Nice to know that that's around too, so we can keep our eyes out during the tournament for a planar cleansing and be mindful of Mindclaw Shamans. Well, the fortunate thing is that if you take the Gorger, you really want a Ranger's Path, and if you take the Ranger's Path, you probably want a Gorger, but I think we'll just take a Ranger's Path here. It helps ramp the Dusto Worm and makes the Jayemdae Tomes more playable, so we'll take the Ranger's Path. Alright, so we got a green ring, we have an Evolving Wilds, and we also have a Mark of the Vampire. I really do like Mark, and even in this controlling build with the heavy removal, creature removal, it's still something that's worth playing. And at this point I think I do like it better than the ring. Serves kind of a similar effect, but we'll take the Mark here over the ring and over the Evolving Wilds. Alright, so white and blue appear to be wide open. We will take a Fairy Invaders because it is splashable. It's a 5-drop, but only a single blue. So we'll take that, continue to pass the white cards. And again, more blue. So now we get a chance at a Gorger, which I do think we want. It works well with Disciple. It's a 1 cast cost less than the Worm. Could even make a case for a Baloth here, only because of the Disciple. Don't particularly like this card. Yeah, we've got plenty of 4s so far, and I think turn 4 Ranger's Path, turn 5 Gorger would be a nice progression, so we'll take that. Alright, and this wheeled, something is wrong at this table. I'm going to take it over a Recluse and reevaluate what I'm doing here, because the people at this table do not know how to draft M13, so I would like to exploit that. So if I take the route, this card should never wheel. I opened this card. Come on. Over a Recluse, a 3rd Recluse. I'm going to take the... I shouldn't take it. I'm taking it. This card can just beat you. I mean, come on. What's wrong with these people? And an Archaeomancer. Take in... Alright, am I willing to cut black here? Well, I'm only giving up a Plummet and a Fungal Sprouting. If I do... take this Archaeomancer. Okay. I think the blue run's probably over. Nope. This table is not drafting blue. How does this walk around? I'm going to watch this again to see how this walks. How does that lap? How? Just tell me. This card is nuts. Anyway. Alright. So, double black cards. So if we could play some triple color concoction here. Okay. Probably just want a divination here. So, alright, let's look at this. If we said hide the white, and we hit the cower, so what am I cutting here? 1 cower, 1 murder, 1 mutilate, 1 Dusto Worm. Those 3 cards to play blue. I mean, this card lapped. This is so confusing. I mean, this is a 4/3 cube, but come on. Don't these people have to have some idea, right? Alright, what do I do? What do I do here? I don't know. I don't have a bad blue shell here. I could easily just cut these beast trackers. Be like this. This is such hard mana though. I think I just take the divination. Try to be black blue, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Let's see what we get. I mean, I can't. Jeez, what's going on here? Murder. Oh, color sword. Okay. It's got to be murder, right? Somebody help talk me back off the ledge. Sleep is insane, though. Alright, if that wills, then Something's going. Alright, Harbor Bandit. I'm blue, black, green, I guess. So I will take that. Yeah, looks like green's being super. I don't know. We'll see. Taking the bandit though. Alright, so here we got a scroll thief. Actually, hold on. Let's go hide white. Yeah, I did have a scroll thief. We got a tricks. We might just be blue black with double murder, mutilate. Might splash a rancor. My green's not bad, but it's not the worst. Yeah, I think we'll just take the scroll thief here. Look to will like a harbor serpent or giant scorpion out of this pack. Yeah, scroll thief here and tricks. I like that. Yeah, I'm taking it. Alright, so here we can take a ravenous rats. Again, luckily we're not seeing any green. Well, not luckily, I guess, but that's something to note. So let's go hide green, hide red, hide green. We only got 19 playables. So we can take ravenous rats. We can take elixir. 1, 2, 3. I might like elixir here, actually. Kind of a similar function, right? It's got to be elixir with double murder, divination. Yeah, elixir. Alright, so here we get another fairies, or we can take a Valken transfer. It's got to be fairies. Transfers are nice. They give you that alternate win condition, but I mean a 5 cast cost flash, 3/3 flyer. Get in there. This draft's been pretty weird. Alright, so we can have Mine Rot, Bloodthorn Vampire, Scroll Thief. I'm not taking Jace's Phantasm here. I think I'll just take another Scroll Thief. That definitely means we're going to start this Tricks of the Trade and try to just get home on card advantage. By home, I mean win the draft. Alright, so now we have Blue Ring. We have 3 Scroll Thieves, an Archaeomancer, an Invocation, and 2 Fairy Invaders. 22 playables, only 9 creatures. I think I just got to take the Entrancers here over the Ring. Ring's pretty sweet, but we're a little low on creatures. We do have Murder, Cower and Fear, Mutilate, 2, 3, 4, Crippling Blight. That's 5 removal spells, but we'll take the Entrancer here. I'm about to say we might will this ring, but I don't think so. Alright, so the blue apparently is dried up. Well, the sleep's in the next pack, right? Anyway, here, what can we have? We can have a Zombie Goliath, a Veilborn Ghoul, one of these two, or Cut a War Falcon. I've got 23 playables right now, only 10 creatures. There could come a deck that actually wants a Zombie Goliath. I don't think we want a Ghoul, though. The recursion's pretty nice. He's good in the if you have the damn exalted black guys, but we'll take the sleep. Are you kidding me? What is going on here? Nobody at this table is playing blue but me, I guess. Alright, so it's sleep and Windrake. This deck I think just wants to sleep with 3 Scroll Thieves. Maybe we do start the Goliath. We'll take sleep here though. Yeah, sleep. Jeez. Alright, Tormented Soul doesn't do me any good, though. I'm not playing it. Alright, well, we'll take this Harbor Serpent. What a weird draft. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, we got an Entrancers late. Alright, I will build this, and then we'll talk about it. Well, with my excitement over the Wheeling Talron's Invocation in Pack 2, you can see that there is a big gaping hole in my curve. It's kind of unfortunate, but we do have plenty of removal spells to survive, keep us going after that, and we do have a Mutilate to help us pull back in the game if they're like the red-green hyper aggro start. So that's a little alarming, but all in all, this deck looks pretty nutty. We may even want 18 lands, given how many 4 and 4 drops we have, and the fact that we don't have 1s and 2s. We just have Scroll Thieves and Harbor Bandits in turn 3. We do have a Divination as a draw spell, though, and we have the Elixir as an early play. We're really not doing anything until turn 3. We have 3 spells that could get us to do anything, but before that, Um, we might even just want like a duress as an early play. Tormented Soul doesn't do anything. Doesn't do enough damage, I think, in the beginning. And I don't think I can splash green this build. And the black is just way better than the green, so. Yeah. So, I don't know. I was more excited before I made the build. But I think just needed a few more 2-drops. Maybe those Walking Corpses I should have actually picked up a little higher than I thought. But when you reset your colors, midway through the draft, which would be the 8th pick of Pack 2, I mean, actually, the 14th pick, Scroll Thief, in Pack 1 was definitely a sign. So, but I took a Rancor over the Tower Invocation to start out Pack 2. So, anyway, I stand by that pick at the time, just because I did not know that Tower Invocation was going to will. It was also in the pack with the Sphinx, so maybe there's only two blue drafters at the table. All right, anyway, enough about that. So what are we going to do here? I feel like I would like to play 18 lands in this deck, which means I would have to cut 2 cards. And one of them could just be an Entrancer. I think I want a Goliath just for sleep to try to help win the game. And a Goliath can survive a 2-swamp Mutilate. Entrancers block well, and they do give you the alternate win condition, but what's Disciple doing for me? Yeah, I think it's an easy cut of Disciple here. I mean, he is perfect in green-black, but in this build, I don't see him doing too much. I mean, I don't want to sack a Bandit. I don't want to sack... Yeah, alright, Bolus is out, so that's definitely an out. Okay. And so this is 23. If we do it by color, only 11 creatures, so very alarming, but... So we do piles by color. So we're a little light on the black, so Mutilate's probably not even going to be that great. Let's check stats. Alright, so 13 to 16, that's probably a 10-7. Moto says 9-8. I'm probably okay with that, given that I'm probably going to want to cast Crippling Blight early. Cower and Fears early, Murders early are going to be important, just given this curve. And I might even like, I might like 9-8 the other way, because Sleep is not a turn 4 play typically. However, Tower Invocation definitely will be, but I think that the access to the Murder at turn 3 is going to be better. So this is the build I think what I'm going to run into the first round. So we didn't get to play the Disciple that we picked up in second pick of Pack 1. And if you watch the draft you definitely noticed that we were looking green, and then we audibled midway through Pack 2 whenever we were granted a wheel Tower Invocation. So I'm really curious for you guys to post and tell me what you would have done there, because Tower Invocation is a nutty card, and then to be able to follow that up with a Archaeomancer is definitely good news. And with 3 Scroll Thieves, I think we're going to be alright. So this is what we're going to run the first round, and we'll see you there.